Inspiration is like a gentle rain that softens the soil of our hearts, quietly nourishing what lies beneath the surface. It does not arrive with thunder or force, but with a subtle persistence, seeping into the places we often overlook. Just as the earth welcomes the rain, our minds and spirits open to the gentle touch of inspiration, allowing it to awaken something new within us. With each drop, the soil becomes more fertile, allowing seeds of understanding to grow. These seeds, once dormant, begin to stir, reaching upward toward the light, eager to become something more. In the same way, inspiration encourages our own growth, helping us to break through old patterns and discover new possibilities. The Buddha's teachings are this gentle rain, offering a path to peace and clarity, not forcing change, but inviting it. His words do not demand, but rather encourage us to listen deeply, to reflect, and to find our own way forward. The teachings are an invitation to explore the landscape of our own minds, to find stillness and wisdom within. The stories of those who met the Buddha are like streams from a river of wisdom, each carrying a unique lesson. These stories branch out, touching countless lives, each one a ripple in the vast current of understanding. They remind us that wisdom is not a single path, but a network of journeys, each with its own discoveries. These were ordinary people, burdened by anger, grief, and confusion, searching for something true. They carried the weight of everyday struggles, longing for relief from suffering and hoping to find meaning in their lives. Their stories are not distant or unreachable. They are reflections of our own hopes and challenges. When they met the Buddha, they weren't given answers. They were shown how to look within and find their own. Through gentle guidance, they learned to listen to their hearts, to question their assumptions, and to discover the wisdom that was always present inside them. This process of self-discovery is at the heart of true transformation. Their journeys remind us that awakening and peace are possible for anyone. No matter our background or circumstances, the potential for change and growth is always within reach. We are all capable of finding light, even in the darkest moments, and of sharing that light with others. These stories are not about miracles, but about real people facing real challenges and transforming through understanding. Change is always possible. Hatred can become love, and the hardest hearts can soften with compassion. The journey is not always easy, but it is always worth taking. Sorrow can turn to joy, and pain can give way to healing. Even the smallest moments of kindness and connection can spark a transformation, reminding us that happiness is often found in the simplest acts. Arrogance can yield to humility, and pride can soften into understanding. When we open ourselves to learning from others, we discover the strength that comes from vulnerability and the wisdom that grows from humility. The power of these stories lies in their simplicity and humanity. They remind us that transformation is not reserved for the extraordinary, but is possible for each of us every day through small acts of courage and compassion. As we listen, let us open our hearts, allowing these experiences to water our own seeds of hope. Let us be receptive to the lessons that come quietly, nurturing our dreams and aspirations with patience and care. The lessons are timeless, teaching us that the journey to peace begins now, with each mindful breath. Every moment is an opportunity to begin again, to choose understanding over judgment, and to cultivate peace within ourselves and in the world around us. Let their inspiration become a lamp, guiding us to discover the light within ourselves. May we carry this gentle rain of inspiration with us, letting it nourish our hearts and illuminate our path forward. In the heart of a dense and shadowy forest, there lived a man whose very name inspired terror: Angulimala. He was a feared bandit, a figure whispered about in fear by villagers and travelers alike. His infamy came from the gruesome garland he wore around his neck, a necklace not of jewels but of severed human fingers, each one a grim trophy from his victims. Trapped in a cycle of violence and pain, Angulimala believed that cruelty was his only path, his destiny sealed by the darkness he carried within. But one day, as the sun filtered through the trees, the Buddha chose to walk the very road everyone else avoided. He approached Angulimala not with fear, but with calm and boundless compassion. Angulimala, driven by rage and confusion, chased after the Buddha with all his might. Yet no matter how fast he ran, he could not catch up. The Buddha simply walked on, unhurried and serene. Exhausted and bewildered, Angulimala finally shouted, "Stop!" The Buddha turned and replied gently, "I have already stopped. It is you who have not stopped." These simple words struck Angulimala to his core. In that moment, he realized he had been endlessly running, not just after the Buddha, but from peace, from himself, and from the chance to change. Overwhelmed by this revelation, Angulimala's anger melted away. He dropped his sword, fell to his knees, and begged the Buddha to show him a new way, a path of kindness and understanding. The Buddha, seeing the sincerity in Angulimala's heart, accepted him as a disciple. He welcomed him with open arms, offering forgiveness and hope. Though the villagers still feared him and met him with suspicion and anger, Angulimala bore their scorn with patience. He endured their mistrust, choosing to respond with compassion and humility, slowly transforming his life. The man once known for violence and terror became a gentle monk, devoted to helping others. His story became a living testament that no one is beyond redemption, no matter how dark their past. Through the power of compassion and forgiveness, even the deepest wounds can be healed, and a garland of violence can truly become a garland of peace. Kisa Gotami's world shattered when her only child died. Consumed by grief, she wandered, begging for medicine to revive him. Villagers pitied her, but none could help. Someone sent her to the Buddha, who listened with compassion. He told her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a house untouched by death." Hopeful, she searched every home, but everywhere she found loss. As the truth dawned, she realized her sorrow was universal. Death was not a unique tragedy, but part of life's cycle. Understanding this, her grief loosened its grip. She laid her son to rest and returned to the Buddha, her heart open. She found not medicine for her child, but healing for her own suffering. The medicine was understanding. Sariputta, once a brilliant seeker, searched everywhere for truth with his friend Kolita. Dissatisfied with all teachings, they vowed to share the path if either found it. One day Sariputta saw the serene monk Asaji and sensed he had found what he sought. Sariputta asked for the essence of his teacher's wisdom. Asaji replied, "Of all things that arise from a cause, the Buddha has told the cause and their cessation." These words struck Sariputta like lightning. He saw the law of cause and effect. Instantly, he understood suffering's origin and its end. The eye of Dharma opened within him. He attained the first stage of awakening. Grateful, he rushed to share the news with Kalita. Together, they found the teacher and teaching that would lead them to liberation. The search was over. Moggallana, Sariputta's closest friend, was a seeker with extraordinary psychic abilities. Despite his powers, he knew they weren't the final goal. True peace eluded him. When Sariputta shared the Buddha's teaching, Moggallana instantly saw the truth and awakened. Both friends, along with their followers, became monks under the Buddha. Moggallana used his abilities to understand karma and help others, but never for show. The Buddha reminded him, the real work is purifying the mind, not performing miracles. Moggallana's story teaches us that special talents are not the path itself. True liberation comes from uprooting greed, hatred, and ignorance. He served the community, always focused on the ultimate aim, nirvana. The journey is inward. Padakara lost everything, husband, children, parents, in a series of tragedies. Driven mad by grief, she wandered the streets, shunned by all. One day she stumbled into the Buddha's presence. He welcomed her, saying gently, "Sister, recover your mindfulness." His compassion pierced her madness and she regained awareness. The Buddha spoke of the endless tears shed in countless lives and the suffering caused by clinging to what is impermanent. As she listened, her grief transformed into understanding. She asked to become a nun, dedicating herself to the path. Padakara, having known the depths of sorrow, became a source of comfort for others. She guided suffering women from grief to peace. Her story shows that even the deepest wounds can heal. Understanding brings calm. Sunita, born and untouchable, lived a life of shame as a night soil carrier. He believed he was worthless, destined for misery. One day, the Buddha approached him with compassion, not judgment. The Buddha asked, "Would you like to become a monk?" Overwhelmed, Sunita accepted, leaving his old life behind. In the Sangha, caste meant nothing. Only one's actions mattered. Sunita practiced diligently, quickly attaining full awakening. He became a respected member of the community, a symbol of radical equality. His story proves nobility is found in the purity of one's heart, not birth. Human potential is boundless. Ambapali, a renowned courtesan, lived in luxury but longed for deeper meaning. Hearing of the Buddha, she sought him out, humbled and eager to learn. The Buddha taught her about impermanence and the suffering of attachment. His words resonated. She saw her beauty and wealth were fleeting. Moved, she invited the Buddha and his monks for a meal, refusing to give up the honor for any price. Afterward, she donated her precious mango grove to the Sangha, supporting their practice. This act marked her transformation from worldly pleasure to spiritual generosity. Ambapali later became a nun and attained awakening. Her story shows the path is open to all, regardless of background. True wealth is found in what we give away with joy. Generosity is liberation. Imagine a garden bursting with countless flowers, each one distinct in color, shape, and fragrance. The Buddha's disciples were just like this garden, each person unique, each transformed in their own way. Angulimala, once feared, bloomed with peace. Kisa Gotami, who knew deep sorrow, blossomed with understanding and compassion. Sariputta and Moggallana radiated wisdom. Pattakara found calm after storms of grief, Sunita embodied humility, and Ambapali shone with generosity. Each disciple brought their own story, their own struggles, and their own gifts to the garden. They began from places of anger, grief, pride, shame, or pleasure. Bandits, scholars, mothers, outcasts, courtesans. Their backgrounds were as varied as the petals in a wildflower field, yet all found a place to grow. What unites them is the path of compassion and understanding, a journey that transcends differences and brings people together in harmony. The Buddha was their guide, offering wisdom and encouragement, but each person walked their own journey. Through mindfulness and effort, they transformed suffering into wisdom, pain into peace. Their stories are mirrors for our own lives, reflecting our struggles, our hopes, and our potential for change. We see ourselves in them, their doubts, their courage, their moments of despair, and their moments of awakening. No matter where we start, a path to healing and growth is always available. Every day is a new beginning, a chance to nurture our own inner garden. Mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom are the soil, water, and sunlight for our growth. With patience and care, we too can flourish. Let us take inspiration from these stories, look within ourselves, and begin our own transformation, step by gentle step. The teachings are here. The capacity for change is within us, waiting to be awakened and nurtured. Like the Buddha's disciples, we too can let our unique flower bloom in the vast, beautiful garden of humanity, each of us adding our own color and fragrance to the world.